The League of Accessible and Historical Cities is a project from the European Foundation Center. It has been incubated within the consortium, the European Consortium of Foundations on Human Rights and Disability. It is a very exciting project for the EFC, as until now we're more about networking. This is a real collaboration of foundations acting together, working together, and developing a real operational project.
Tell us a little bit why cultural heritage is so important in the area of disabilities.
Cultural heritage is one of the biggest challenges in Europe. We have a lot of historical cities and buildings that are very much protected, and we believe that it is possible to conciliate both rights, the stone rights and the people's right. And it is just about being a bit innovative and creative. So for the time being, we have 8 foundations with 5 cities from 5 different European countries, from Denmark to Spain. It doesn't necessarily mean that it needs to be the city they're based on. So for example, of course, you have obvious cases like Banca Monte di Lucca with the city of Lucca, or Casa Risparmio di Torino with the city of Turin. But then you have other cases like Fundación Reúnica or Fundación Once, who are working with another city of their choice for various reasons. So this is really open for any foundation that will be interested to do some, to take the challenge, in fact, to become a little bit operational in regards to disability, even if they're just grant makers, even if they don't have any experience on accessibility. This is what it's about. Our first phase will end around mid-2012. First of all, we have chosen to work with something very concrete, so that it's feasible in the amount of time that we have given ourselves. So it's about 1 kilometer in the city center. 1 kilometer is so it is easily feasible for someone with reduced mobility.
The foundations are working on developing a kind of a tour of each of their cities that's of in length 1 kilometer.
So within this 1 kilometer, we would like not only some emblematic spots of the city to be included, but also shops and restaurants that are within this itinerary. It needs to be accessible for all under the universal design guidelines. So we make sure that we have the same parameters to evaluate, to monitor, to report upon. This is also very fascinating because usually accessibility is something that is very local, and it is very rare to have places in where people are exchanging at the European level about accessibility, beyond, of course, the standardization bodies maybe, but so this is a quite unique initiative.
So although it's the methodology is ensuring that there are parameters that each foundation follows when they develop their tour of their own cities, I'm guessing that there is room for innovation within those parameters.
Absolutely. So in fact the projects are very, very different because the realities that people are working with are extremely different, and we have had a very open approach. So some people were, for example, they had a museum that the foundation was investing on, and so is the itinerary around. For some other people it has been a totally different approach, and we don't interfere at all in this. For us, this is also part of the richness of our project, that all the projects are very different, and yet we still can find some common grounds to discuss and improve upon. We're aiming now at exploring new partners, maybe it's people from Eastern Europe, Central Europe, where we don't have any partners for the time being. Our aim is to provide concrete guidelines, and we will do a best practice guide at the end of the project to share all these experiences with our peers and cities and other stakeholders that could be interested in this issue.